Yo, what's up guys, it's Jack and welcome back to another video. And if my voice seems a little low or down or whatnot, please forgive me. I haven't slept in 2 days and I just got back from doing a 12-hour shift, and I just ate, so I wasn't going to go to sleep right away, but I did definitely want to talk about this in today's video, so I figured it was definitely worthy and a damn good way to spend my time, especially since I haven't made a video in a while, so it's definitely overdue. But anyway, one thing that came to be extremely important when it comes to Call of Duty lately. Now, we obviously know that Treyarch, for the most part, I think most people agree that Treyarch is the best developer we have developing Call of Duty today. Now, other than implementing Kill Confirmed into their game from Black Ops 2 and beyond, because Kill Confirmed was first introduced in Modern Warfare 3, and ever since then, all the Call of Duty games have had Kill Confirmed in it, which is understandable. But, I want to take it a little bit of a step further, and I'm kind of wondering why Treyarch doesn't implement like maybe 1 or 2 more ideas that Infinity Ward has implemented in their games and put it into their games. And I'm not the only one that has mentioned this. Other streamers and YouTubers have mentioned things like this as well, or something similar to this. But there are a couple things that Treyarch has implemented into their games that definitely wouldn't be a bad thing for Treyarch to implement into theirs as well. For instance, obviously we miss specialists from Modern Warfare 3, but at this point, because of the way games are designed and the way the system is implemented and everything, obviously because we don't have pro perks anymore, and I don't think Treyarch is going to have pro perks return in their next game, even bringing back specialists from Ghosts wouldn't be a bad idea. And to believe it or not, I'm actually very supportive of not just the specialist package, but if they truly made the support package the right way, to where it doesn't over empower and over how do I put this, over spoil the noobs, so to speak. I wouldn't be against it. Like, for instance, here's a really good way you can implement the support specialist. Okay, there's 2 things you need to do to make it just right. First thing is you can only get the streaks once. That's one way. And 2, okay, is to make it to where instead of your streaks never ever resetting to where no matter how many times you die, you're always going to get your streaks. What you do is you give them 1 more chance, just 1, to where they can die twice, or they can die just once, but then the score streak won't reset again until they die a second time. I mean, how simple is that? So bringing back specialists, for instance, or maybe even the support streaks, and maybe even a couple of the game modes that that Infinity Ward has implemented in their games, like Cranked. I mean, Cranked was amazing. It was the ultimate team deathmatch rushers type of game or game mode or whatnot. So, and we haven't seen it since Ghosts. And the question I have is, why not? Now, I know it wasn't that popular or whatnot, but at the same time, even though Ghosts did have a fair amount of popularity, the Crank playlist died, and it was simple. It was simple. It died really quick because the rest of the game did not match the Cranked playlist. It wasn't built around that. So basically, in a sense, if you think about it, if the game is built to cater to all playstyles, whether you're passive or defensive, whether you're a rusher, whether you're a camper, you guys know how it works. I've said it before many times in previous commentaries. If the game is balanced enough and the maps are the correct size, 3-lane maps, not too campy, not too rushy, not too many buildings, no lanes within lanes, keeping it balanced, I think Cranked would be even more fun than it's ever been before. Because if you're going to implement a new game mode, for instance, you have to have the good maps to go with it. It's kind of like having a cheeseburger. You know, you got to have those fries to go with that cheeseburger, or that soda to go with that cheeseburger. You know, it isn't quite the same when you don't have it without it. You know, I mean, if you have a cheeseburger with a glass of water, and then you have a cheeseburger with a soda, or for instance, for those of you that are old enough, like a beer, for instance, you know, it changes everything, right? So let's, you know, we can use that kind of excuse me, we can use that kind of philosophy and mentality, because it really It really is that way, and it can make it so much better. And let's not forget that Treyarch, obviously, I agree with the fact that, you know, Treyarch doesn't want game-ending streaks, but they can at least put the nuke in instead of giving it a medal. They can put in a MOAB, they can put in a nuke, they can put in, you know, whatever they want to call it. They can call it whatever. They can call it a nerf gas strike, they can call it anything. They can re-implement the names that they've been called before. They can try something completely new. You know, it doesn't matter. People out there would like if you go on a 25 gun streak, they would like a MOAB or a nuke or something like that in the game. It doesn't necessarily have to end the game, but they would like something like that implemented. And I personally don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, we've had streaks like swarms, which, in my opinion, the swarm from Black Ops 2 and things like the VTOL warship or the Lodestar or even the chopper gunner from Black Ops 1, the AC-130 from Modern Warfare 2, the chopper gunner from Modern Warfare 2, and a few more, just to name a few, okay? These streaks are more powerful than a MOAB is itself. It's just that it just gives people another thing to shoot towards and to grind for and to have bragging rights and all that kind of stuff. Because when you were playing Modern Warfare 3, it was great to be able to get 100 kill gameplays, but you know, it was all about MOABs because they implemented MOABs. They put MOABs in there, so all of a sudden the big thing was to get a MOAB. And even though it's great to get a nuclear medal or a vicious medal or whatever you want to call it, unstoppable, you know, all these different names that they've implemented, it's great and all, but the ultimate icing to the cake, or the icing and the cherry on the cake, and to top it off, would be to have a MOAB, to where you can just call it in and boom, one time everybody on the enemy team dies and they no longer can call in UAVs or whatnot. So, because you went on a 25 gun streak or 24 with hardline. But these are just these are a few of the ideas that Infinity Ward pretty much implements into their games, to a certain extent at least. We even saw a taste of that in Infinite Warfare, in the way the guns worked and how they rewarded and what the guns did when you went on certain streaks or things like that, for instance, for the variants. But I think Specialist needs to come back. I think it's about time that Treyarch implements some sort of 25 gun streak reward, nuke type of streak into their game. And we all miss Specialists. Even if we were to get it from Ghosts, I think we'd take it. It was great. It was fun. It was, you know, it was a good idea. Very basic. It again, it reinforces what makes Call of Duty without ruining it. It's a part of Call of Duty that we haven't seen in a while, and I think it's a perfect time for it to come back. And yeah, why not? Ideas like this can only implementing this into Treyarch games can only enhance it and make it better. So without further ado, guys, I went overtime on this one. I apologize. I'm a little tired, but let me know, what is your opinion? Do you guys miss the MOABs? Do you miss those gun streaks? Do you miss Specialists? Do you miss? I mean, what do you think about the whole support streak system idea that I just mentioned? And obviously, for the support streaks, you can't have any lethals. You know, no carpet bomb, no BS like that. So, and as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I could do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.